Alright there, ladies and gentlemen. John Suitepee here. Sure has been a while since I've played Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, huh? Been over a month, in fact. So, sorry about that. I've been quite busy lately, and I've also been getting quite into Doom a bit. But don't worry, I have not neglected the other two games. The only thing is that since I have less free time now, and uploads of this and Dynasty Warriors usually take more than 3 hours, I'm kind of more incentivized to upload Doom parts that take about an hour max, or an hour and a half. You know. But nevertheless, here I am in the continuing adventures of our elven sorceress. And as Chrissy Cookie Cake and Paynex Killer have been asking, and somewhat worried on occasion, for this, fear not, here I am, continuing to play it. Last time, I cleared out Adderspine Road East, and now we are entering Chalimba's Crown. Wow, this reminds me of Path of Exile, before I stopped playing it. Ooh, got some nice dramatic music here to introduce to the new area. Now, our question here is to kill Sesseth, the Wizard King, since he's taken over the wizard people, and only one guy is free from his clutches. And we must liberate the wizard people by violently murdering them. As you do. Luckily, our wizard friend also provides supplies, which is very handy. Luckily for me, this game isn't too hard to get used to after not playing it for more than a month. So we've got a nice little cauldron here, looks like a stone fort there. I have no idea how long this level's going to be. I assume it's going to be somewhat lengthy. Which looks a bit odd. So, anyway, yeah, what to talk about? Apart from as we violently butchered wizard people. Well, I am now wearing full plate armor. Full set, pretty much, so we're good to go, weapons and item-wise. The only thing we need pretty much is... well, there are a few considerations to take, actually. Really, most of it will be related to possibly the items, the rings, I think, because we're pretty much set armor and weapon-wise in the game now. So take out this dude. 52k gold will give us lots of leeway if we want to switch up the rings a bit. But other than that, it will depend. However, there's a couple of... I don't know if I mentioned this last time or not, but... oh dear, that was terrible dodging by me. And that was terrible aiming by the shaman. Hit his own teammate there. He's been taking a lot less damage. His full play armor seems to be doing the trick for me so far. Don't like shamans very much. Made a miss. Oh, the shaman's smart enough to dodge his own missile cast. Very clever. And you can go down now, buddy. Ooh, amulet to protection +4. It's not a bad job. Too bad I'm not using protection, since I'm leaning more towards using dexterity, since it gives a far better bonus than protection, as we know in the past. So the first thing that I think I may have mentioned this last time, but I'll just recap it briefly if not. I was told that once we get to a certain point in the game, it's a one-way trip. And there's no turning back from that point on. So basically, once we get to a certain point, I believe it's going to be that huge tower that these wizard people are talking about. We can't go back. And the rest of the game will take place in the tower. When we get to that point, I'm sure the game will let us know. It'll probably say something like, once you enter, you cannot go back. Something like that. So, I think I may have covered that last time, but just in case I didn't, there's that. So we gotta keep in mind that as soon as we get to that point... Oh no, that hit me. I'm going to hit the wizard guy first. A bit strange there. Well, that definitely connected. Gonna have to pop some potions here. Back off, wizard scum. I suppose I should use maybe the face sword. I think this quite warrants it though. Now the shame, he's a little tricky. He will not let me come near him. I want him cast first. There's a large cooldown, and we'll just have to unleash the lightning. The shamans run away. Don't want us to get near them. So, aside from that, I've had some information from the Terracotta Tiger, the ever-helpful source of all knowledge, who basically informs me two things of the game. One which I knew and one which I actually didn't. First of all, there is actually a backstory to this whole game, this whole setting, and it revolves around someone called Eldrith the Betrayer. And we will be seeing Eldrith the Betrayer later on. In fact, minor spoiler, she's actually the last boss of the game. Somewhat. Just a minor spoiler, but to be fair, the game does the backstory. So if you've actually read the manual, you already know that. But for everyone else, well, basically, Eldrith the Betrayer is the final boss of the game. In some form. As we'll see later on. Just thought I'd point that out there, because I imagine that quite a few of the people who have played this already knew that anyway. Since some of you are keen Baldur's Gate fans, so I hope this doesn't prove to be too much of an annoyance. There's actually an interesting backstory to Eldrith, which I will cover when we meet her later on. I don't know if she's the spider that these people speak of. I think that actually might be somebody else, but she's definitely the final boss. That I do know, and I knew all along, more or less. I just thought now with a quiz in the end might be a good time to tell you. And I've been asked that at the relevant time it might be a good idea to cover the backstory of Eldrith. Which I will do, I think, when we get to her as the boss. I don't see why not. Imagine this out there hitting the... As you can see, it looks like... God. That's enough from you. Stop throwing that poison shit on the ground, buddy. Jesus. Fireball hit me in the face then. Looks like a... Yeah, it looks like a snake, a roof or something. Flooded land is that... our wizard companion told us about earlier, the flooded areas. So, when I head up to Eldrith the Betrayer, I will indeed cover her backstory, because the manual does a good job of explaining it. I'm not sure to what extent I'll go through it. I might read the entire story just beforehand. I'm kind of hoping the game will sort of do a good job of that. Might be that I cut away and sort of quickly go over the manual. We'll see what happens, basically. It might be that you get a 10-minute story segment from me in the middle of gameplay. Let me know what you want to. Let me know what you want to. Is that actually damaging me? Oh, it is. Should think so. It is fire after all. So yeah, let me know if you want to see the full story, or whether you just want me to sort of paraphrase it, or just want me to cover let the game do its job of covering Eldrith's backstory. As such, got another save area over here, which I'll just quickly use. And the second thing that the Terracotta Tiger told is that, now that I think about it, since the Terracotta Tiger kind of talked about it in the comments, everyone who watched the video already knows anyway, so... It's fucking magic missiles. Oh, I actually get a chance to go close to this one. Don't normally get that opportunity with the Wizard Shamans as such. But anyway, the second thing that the Terracotta Tiger mentioned was, I've mentioned how the experience in this game will allow you to max out a character in a single playthrough. That's actually not the case, as it turns out. It turns out that you actually never get to max out your experience in a single playthrough, but you can if you repeat the game again. You basically just import your character that completed the game one time and put them into a different game. So it's kind of like a new game plus, I guess, but I don't think the game has a change of difficulty based off that. I think it's based off what difficulty you pick. I'm not 100% sure whether if you beat the game once you unlock a harder difficulty than hard. Not 100% sure of that, because I only played this once back then, and then once I finished it, I just finished it. I didn't go back and play it again, to be honest. But, so basically, I'm not going to be able to have access to every spell in the game, more or less. I'm going to only have access to what I've got. Wow, that fire really does a lot of damage right there. Oh, I'm running hell on health potions as well. That's not a good sign. May have to take a trip back to the shop here. Maybe bust out the face sword, I think, for this. Go, face sword! Attack by enemies! Jesus. We're hitting hard now. Ah! Go down! Thank you. God damn. I should be hitting way harder than this lightning. Even with the RNG. I get frustrated with the lightning. It's sometimes, I just feel it's not powerful enough. I don't know why. It really should be tearing these frigging things apart. Maybe because I don't have enough points of intelligence or something? I don't know. No, this is like the end game and stuff, but another relay would be nice. Alright, go down. I think we may have to go back to the shop and get some more health potions. With our tons of money. Ow, ow, ow. At least the fire also hurts the lizard people. Jeez! Tone down on the fire, eh? Take this. There. Lots of rejuvenation potions at least. No, I'll try and trek on as long as possible until I actually do run out of health potions. So I'm not 100% sure whether we actually fight Sesseth in this area, but I think we do. If not, well, it'll be for next time. I suppose. Oh god, more of them! Ugh, man. How the hell did that get me? Damn, these fire bombers have good aim today. Ugh, go down. Thank you. Ugh, that's it, Shaman. Hit your own teammates. Thank you. Die. Zappity zap. Ah, Jesus. Poison clouds. Oh god, now I'm running out of mana. Whoa, whoa, thank you. Go down. Oh man, I wish I could stop. Alright, freaking go down. Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. Right, let's go back and resupply. I'd actually like to not be fighting lizard people anymore. A bit of change would be good. And here's our friendly lizard companions, Levas.
You have returned.
Yes, yes it is.
Is it help you need?
And we will rest, which will give us full recovery. Oh. Okay, it'll give us full health recovery.
You have returned.
So we're going to sell useless stuff, which is pretty much everything except what we have. Amulet of Protection +4. Oh, we already have one of those, so we'll just sell this one. Don't really need it. Potion-wise, only up. Oh, we need to buy an absolute ton of health potions from you. Let's see how much that gives us. 19 and 10. Yep, that should be okay, I think. Alright, thank you, buddy. Back to the fight. And I can afford to waste all the money in the world now, since I have more than enough money to splash out. It's not like I have anything to save up for, particularly, so I can just hack and slash to my heart's content. It's a good thing too, because item drops don't seem to be as many at this moment. Cut his head off. Always nice. And just as I say that, there's a bunch of enchanted weapons around. Too bad none of them are any good. I can't imagine anyone really... Ow! Fucking shaman! Feel the force of the lightning and die. There's another one over there. Not like I have to worry as much about mana potions compared to health ones, since I am desperate. I can just hack and slash, since I think I'm technically some kind of a mage warrior hybrid at this point. I'm guessing there's some room to just be a pure melee spellcaster, I guess, but I've always figured that melee in this game was important no matter what class you take. Oh, it fizzled out just as I was about to kill off that bloody... So I can get close to you. Oh, running away, eh? No, you don't. Go down. Thank you. So we've got ourselves a bit of a lizard camp here. With a foolish warrior wishes to charge in and die, I will grant your wish and smash your body into 1,001 pieces at the boot. Ah, you're frozen and you're done. Good. Nice little wizard huts here. Ooh, still got a lot of gold, even though we bought a ton of stuff. We're pretty much back where we started. Halberd there. Maybe for one you to use later. More warriors coming up to the fray, maybe. Oh wow, those missiles managed to avoid their own. Oh, and somehow had to be connected. In fact, they. Oh, didn't dodge that time, did you? No, you did not. I'm gonna move around a bit more. Not getting me with that poison cloud crap again. Oh no. Can you go down, please? Thank you. Thank you for dying. Good. Put all of those. Pick up gold. Oh god, we got yet more wizard people. That experience bar is not going at all up high. Might be that there's only going to be one more level up in this entire Let's Play. Well, there is. Nothing I can do about that. It's not like it really matters. I mean, at this point, my character's pretty much got everything that they need. The lightning spell is the most effective of the spells. I mean, the Faith Sword and Peeper Swarm will have their uses, absolutely, but, you know, at the end of the day, they are just going to be utility spells. They don't have a use, but for the most part, the chain lightning is the way to go. Man, how big is this area? Can I actually go through there? Nope. More of the former humans' ruins, which the wizards now occupy, of course. Surprised they don't try and use their ballistae here. Very surprised. They got all these war machines, but they don't think to bring any of them out to play. Maybe they think, it's just one person. We don't need to use stuff like that. That'd just be a waste of resources. Yee. Cowardly shaman. Die. Fighting at range. I use magic and I fight on the front lines. You're a terrible example of magic casting. Plus you can't aim your spells properly. For the most part. Anyway, what else should I mention? Oh yes, there was another point made in the comments by somebody called DGHFHJJ. Yes, make your name hard to pronounce, thanks. DGJJ, something like that. It'll be an annotation saying, thanks for your comment for the full name. He basically mentioned that once you beat the game, you unlock a challenge mode. Scimitar there. You unlock a challenge mode once you beat the game a single time. And he said even that unlocks the secret. Oh, you can't rotate the camera. Something I didn't think you'd be able to here. Not that it really matters. I've not really had much use to rotate the camera around for now. I'll have to go back again for some weight in a minute. So I will consider covering the challenge mode then with that in mind. I was aware there was a challenge mode, actually. I think it's called the Gauntlet, if I'm not mistaken. I've never actually played that before. As I said, when I beat this game the first time, I more or less just beat it and then just never touched it again. As I tend to do with a lot of games, I don't really replay them. You know, unless there's like replay value to be had, like, say, Dynasty Warriors or something. But like an RPG, usually it's play it, right, done. Don't care about other difficulties. I'll happily play it on this mode. So it's quite big, isn't it? So I will consider doing that. DGHFH. Let me get away with it easy, so down you go, buddy. I will consider doing a challenge mode run, yeah. I'll see how I feel after I finish the game and how long it takes. I may be doing a little bit of background research on that to see how long it is. because there are other things I want to be getting on with, to be honest. I mean, for one thing, I did promise that Vampire Bloodlines would be my next RPG project. Boy, won't that be fun! Doing 3 or 4 hour live streams, followed up by then spending about double that time getting a single part uploaded. And that's of course before the fact I have to convert the file to something I can use, so it's not going to be fun at all, basically. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. I'm literally going to spend half a day uploading each part, so... And considering the fact that it's one of those games that's going to take a while, it's going to be fun. Although maybe I'll get a faster internet by the time that happens. Oh my god. Enough! Look at that! Oh, it actually killed one of them. And one only. Face sword, I need you again. And actually get the Peeper Swarm. Yes. Taste the Peeper Swarm, you fucks. I guess I stand corrected. The Peeper Swarm got a chance after all. There, go down. Jeez. Getting tired of these wizard shamans and whatnot. What is left? Man, it's a huge area. Just pop a quick save here. Pretty much. So is that. Okay, I'm going to try and scour the entire area because I want to get as many, you know. Well, I want to get the experience. Hey! Thank you. Personally, if I had a choice in the frigging specs, I would have gone for ice build, simply so I could catch freeing enemies. But that would have just been my choice. I mean, this light is actually proven to be very useful, so... But I think I would have liked to have had an ice spell so I could catch enemies at a distance. You know, that kind of stuff. No, this is an alternative entrance to the main hub of Chalimba's crown. Now that I think about it, the longer this area gets, the less and less I feel, yeah, this is going to be a boss area, more like, this is going to be the prelude to the boss area. To which afterwards there will be Sisyph. And I think we'll move on to the tower, I would assume. We are near the end of the game now, I think. I haven't actually checked. I was tempted to check the, with some kind of a guide or something, but I didn't feel like it in the end. It'd be a nice surprise. Makes it more fun that way. Kind of like doing the blind elements. I haven't died a single time yet in this run. I've been that good at maintaining my health, despite 1 or 2 close calls, mind you. Very quiet. I think it's sort of attacking the other side, clear them out. As such, I'm trying to think of what to say actually at this point. I remember the problem with some of these is that they go on for a long time, and I run out of commentary-ish to say, but I always manage to wing it. Can't really cut out much of the boring parts because there aren't any, really. Well, okay, that's a lie. There are boring parts, I guess. If I ever do have to do, and I will cut them out if I feel they're too boring. With the simplistic editing of Windows Movie Maker. Also, I have to mention, this is another attempt to get into high-definition uploading for those who watch more than one of my Let's Play series. I had an unsuccessful attempt with that on the other day with Die. Oh. Yes! Go down! Jeez, that should have killed more than one of those. Why is it not killing them? Why? It's not killing them anywhere near as efficiently as I'd have liked it to. To be honest, a bit disappointed with that. Sometimes it's so lethal and sometimes it's not. So, but for the sake of those who perhaps won't see this, okay! Die! Thank you. That's what I want to see happen every time. Just die in like 5 seconds. Not like, oh, we'll just take all of this lightning spell and just survive it. It's not like I haven't got it fully upgraded. Hence the melee part. Melee doesn't have mana, thankfully. Unless you play as the melee class, of course, in which case you do get attacks that have mana cost or something like that. I think you do anyway. So, yeah, this is going to be an attempt to get this into high definition. This time, though, there will not be the resolution problems of Doom. I'm recording this in the proper resolution as the high definition suggests. There will be borders to the left and right, but there always has been. I could stretch the aspect ratio, but it would look ugly as sin if I did that. So, I really don't mind. No one's really mentioned about the borders anyway up to this point. Face sword, I summon you. Again, just get some extra damage off on there, on these guys. Maybe take out the firebomber at the back, who's going to put up right on his feet. Thank you for dying. I think this is actually causing on the end of the area. Seems to be heading towards a main area. Perhaps Sesseth will be at the end. Tangible reward for all this work. I think so. Anyway, let's just check. Yep, I think this is going to be either the area to the next zone or Sesseth himself. Let's just quickly find out. Oh, outer keep. Oh, I guess we have to go for the keep. I mean, according to the description, technically he is in an abandoned keep, so I can only assume this is yet another part. Oh, man. Great. So, not quite up to Sesseth yet. I assume we'll have to go for the outer keep, then an inner keep, and then we'll finally see him. After all this time. Hooray!
You have returned.
Yeah, get the health back. Shame it's not mana recovery as well.
You have returned.
But it's no big deal. All these items don't need. Still doing alright on that. It's just a few mana potions I need actually, but I'll buy some extra healings just in case. Do it. Still got 3 of those. 12, 15, and 5. Yeah, that should be fine. Not doing too bad on the old front, so thank you once again, Sorceress, and back to the action we go. Or rather, back to the saving the game and closing out the recording part, that is, I should say. So, there's that. That was Chalimba's crown. Quite an unremarkable part, actually, I have to say. I thought there'd be something a little different, but I guess at this point they just thought, just chuck a million lizard people at players. And see what happens. So, what do you think will happen in the outer keep? Will Sesseth show his face, or will I have to fight for another 20 minutes of lizard people for no real gain other than more cash, which I have plenty of anyway? Or will it be a shocking twist, and will something interesting happen instead? What do you think of the fact that this may be in hate definition? And what do you think Eldritch the Betrayer will be? And, sorry this took a month. I'll try not to leave it another month for the next part. Regardless, I'll catch you all next time for the Outer Keep.